So that's a taster of today's video, and that is Obi-Wan Kenobi versus the Book of Boba Fett. Both, in my opinion, were fantastic shows in their own rights, but I need you, yes, you, to tell me which was your favourite. Comments below. You ready for this? Let's do it. So we're going to start off our journey back on 29th of December 2021 when we got a 6-part series with the Book of Boba Fett, and what a great series this was too. From the start we got some great flashbacks from orphan boy Boba Fett right through to us finding out how on earth Boba Fett survived the almighty Sarlacc pit back from Return of the Jedi. Seeing how he manages to get his way out of this thing was just truly fantastic. And what an entrance this was. We move on to his life with him living with the Sand People and the sadness when they was all slaughtered. I know they're generally a savage tribe, but I felt really connected with them through Boba, and I have to say I truly felt his pain right here. As his story progressed, we encountered some more great legendary characters, and of course Boba Fett's reconnection with his spacecraft Slave One.
Now your debt is paid. Where would you like to be dropped?
During the show we had some very touching moments, including this one.
I have a few scores to settle.
I love this moment.
I'll go for the ride.
And then revenge ensues. Admittedly against the wrong people, but hey, they still deserved it, right?
Hit it, Max.
And not forgetting more great cameos continue. Hey, Max. Oh, yeah. And then, this kind of happened. The Mandalorian makes his appearance with those famous words.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
So the story temporarily moved from Boba Fett and we began to follow Din Djarin. Some people weren't so happy, but to me this was amazing.
Hello, friend. I'm looking for Skywalker.
This heartfelt episode was just awesome. With some great writing, we had some brilliant light-hearted training with Luke Skywalker and Grogu, and then we had flashbacks to Order 66 when the Jedi were hunted down. This episode literally had everything. Some surprise cameos.
I didn't expect to see you here.
I'm an old friend of the family.
Some very clever, touching moments.
So much like your father.
So back to Boba Fett and the Pikes,
This is the Mandalorian,
and it's time for the
Din Djarin.
Mandalorian to try and get some help. Hello to Cobb
I
Vanth.
haven't seen you since you gave up your armor. How have you been?
More careful. Where's the little guy?
Back with his own folk.
That's too bad. I guess we both lost something we were fond of.
And just when you thought we'd had all the surprises, one more strolled into Freetown, and without no lies, the Star Wars fanbase went into meltdown with the introduction of Cad Bane into live action. And what an intro to live action it was.
My old pal.
And then the calm before the storm, hearts melt when we see that Grogu has chosen Mando over being a Jedi.
Look at you all there.
Just keep coming!
And then the storm hits, and we see Mando and Boba Fett in some serious trouble. Until suddenly, backup arrives. Things seem to be going quite well until Mando finds himself in a deathly situation, until one little fella turns up and he saves his daddy. This was a beautiful moment. With what's left of the Pikes fleeing, just one jewel remained. And what a jewel it turned out to be. Even though many felt this changed the perception of Boba Fett and didn't like how it swapped to a chapter of The Mandalorian, I personally love this show and truly hope for another season of this beautiful book of Boba Fett. You with me on this one? Comments below. Fast forwarding to May 27th, 2022, we finally got to see the anticipated series of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We follow his life 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith. But before we got to look at all of that, we're first treated to a beautiful recap.
You've been a good apprentice, Obi-Wan. I foresee you will become a great Jedi Knight.
Obi-Wan, promise me you will train the boy.
Yes, Master.
He will bring balance.
Master Yoda, I gave Qui-Gon my word.
Your apprentice, Skywalker, will be. The boy you trained, gone he is.
I will not kill Anakin.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground! You underestimate my power!
You shall be known as Darth Vader. Rise.
My wife and I will take the girl. We've always talked of adopting a baby girl.
And what of the boy?
To Tatooine. To his family send him.
I will take the child and watch over him.
In your solitude, training I have for you. Your old master. How to commune with him, I will teach you.
So just after the recap, the wait was finally over. And it's not long before we see where the story is about to take us, as we see the Jedi Hunters, also known as Inquisitors, fill our screen with darkness. And what a sight it was. It didn't take long before a Jedi was finally hunted down and we saw the Inquisitors in full flow. And it was good to see that not everything was all good between the Inquisitors in their camp.
You are reckless.
What chase after scraps?
Scraps are all we have left.
Then we should be hunting bigger prey.
He is not yours to find. We are past this, third sister. I will not warn you again. You will forget this fixation with Kenobi, or I will relieve you of your duties. Is that clear?
Yes, Grand Inquisitor.
Then we see the main man himself, Obi-Wan Kenobi, fills our screen watching over Luke exactly as he promised in Revenge of the Sith. And what a scene this was, knowing what a Jedi Luke Skywalker will eventually become. Then suddenly we shoot across the galaxy and find ourselves on Alderaan, and we get to meet Luke's twin sister, Princess Leia.
No Lola for the rest of the day.
But she didn't do anything.
Shut her down. I mean it.
I'm sorry, Mother. I really am. I promise I won't do it again.
And it was so good to see what a little tinker she was too.
You know, I can feel you doing that. Come on.
And then we see a plot twist unfold as Princess Leia gets kidnapped and Bail Organa reaches out to Obi-Wan Kenobi to help get her back.
He's headed for Dayu.
You should not have come.
You couldn't save Anakin. But you can save her.
And what if I can't?
There is no one I trust more with my child than you. For her. One last fight.
One last fight. If only that were true. I think this is a very underrated moment as Ben relocates his and Anakin's lightsaber from the desert of Tatooine. So with lightsabers at the ready, the mission to find Princess Leia begins, and it's not too long before Obi-Wan has to muster up some very unused fighting skills.
Come. I'm gonna get you out of here.
Why should I trust you?
Would you rather stay here?
So just when you think his mission is accomplished, it goes sour pretty quick. His use of the Force has been pretty much non-existent in the last 10 years, but somehow he manages to pull it out of the bag. And just in the nick of time. Another favourite moment of mine is when they end up at an outpost and they get questioned by stormtroopers.
Where are you headed?
Back to Toll. We have family here. We were visiting.
And then suddenly a probe droid comes into sight. And I have to say, I love the sound of these droids. They fill me with fear. What happened now is just beautiful. The story moves on swiftly, and then at last it happens. Darth Vader makes his first appearance in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's in within feet of his old master. Sensing Obi-Wan is watching, he takes no time in showing Obi-Wan his ruthlessness. And this is simply brutal. At last they finally meet. And it goes as expected, with Darth Vader dominating the fight. But with the help of some friends, Obi-Wan manages to escape.
Ready the transport. We have to get him to Jabin.
Where's Leia? She's 10 years old. I won't leave her there. I'll go on my own.
You can barely stand. You're not getting in there.
I'll go with him. Well, I have officer clearance.
Just prior to the rescue of Princess Leia, we get a shot glimpse into the depth of darkness within the Fortress Inquisitorius.
I think I've just found out what they're hiding down here. This place isn't a fortress. It's a tomb.
As the rescue of Princess Leia continues, we finally see Obi-Wan's skills improve bit by bit. It was just so good to see this broken Jedi's powers slowly returning to be the master that we all remembered.
Come on! Get in! Get in!
Once he had rescued Princess Leia for the second time, we then have the treat of the series.
Oh, there you are.
Master versus apprentice.
Was beginning to think you weren't coming, Master.
Good. Then maybe I stand more of a chance this time. Then let's begin.
This was such an epic moment, seeing these Jedi fight as brothers back in the day before the Empire, before the dark side and Order 66.
There. Your weapon's gone. It's over.
Your need for victory, Anakin, it blinds you. You're a great warrior, Anakin, but your need to prove yourself is your undoing. Until you overcome it, a Padawan you will still be.
If we seal them in now, they can hold out for days. If we cannot break them...
It is not them we need to break.
Once again, Darth Vader manages to locate Ben's whereabouts and battle commences, causing us to lose some great characters we've come to love over the past few episodes.
May the Force be with you.
We're tracking an escape craft. There's one life form aboard.
That's him.
My lord, we must continue our pursuit of the insurgents. Now is our chance.
You've got to love how brave the Grand Inquisitor is right here.
We cannot prioritize one lone Jedi.
He is not just any Jedi. Follow Kenobi.
At once, Lord Vader.
But what follows, gotta be honest, I loved even more.
Have you come to destroy me, Obi-Wan?
I will do what I must. Anakin. I'm sorry, Anakin. For all of it.
I am not your failure,
Obi-Wan.
You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker.
And who couldn't love this scene too?
I did.
Then my friend is truly dead. Goodbye, Darth.
So, as we approach the final few minutes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, I think this was beautifully written and was just so clever and endearing.
All right, let's go, young lady. We don't want to keep...
With some light-hearted humour in what was a very intense final episode.
Is that a holster? I love it.
So who is it today? More cousins?
Not exactly.
Princess Leia Organa. You are wise, discerning, kind-hearted. These are qualities that came from your mother. But you're also passionate and fearless, forthright. And these are gifts from your father. Both were exceptional people who bore an exceptional daughter.
As soon as I heard the Princess Leia theme tune in the background playing, tears just poured down my face. This was just simply beautiful. So as the season finale comes to an end, just one or two things to tidy up.
The only protection he needs now, Owen, is you and Beru. Take good care of him.
Dan? You want to meet him?
Then, at the very end, we were finally treated to this.
Hello there.
And then, if that wasn't enough, we got the best ending ever.
Master Qui-Gon.
And yes, tears definitely flowed.
Well, took you long enough.
Beginning to think you'd never come.
I was always here, Obi-Wan. You just were not ready to see. Come on, you've got a ways to go.
This was an outstanding series, and I truly hope somehow a series 2 gets produced, because I think there's so much more to Obi-Wan Kenobi. So there we have it, 2 fantastic shows, but the question is, which one is outright your favourite? I tell you what, comment below, I'll do a poll on this, and we'll let you know in a couple of weeks which was your chosen one as the best out of the Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!